And welcome back to News Channel 3 Live at 9. Are there people in your life who put you down, who fight all the time? Just negative Nancy's, you ever heard that phrase?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who needs enemies when you've got toxic friends like that?
Terri Murphy is with the Women's Wisdom Network. She's here to explain how to spot them and get rid of them, because having someone like that in your life, they can really affect you in so many different ways. Terri, welcome back to Live at 9.
Oh, thank you.
You look beautiful this morning.
Always,
Love that
always.
jacket.
You look great. We're trying to get rid of this toxicity. How do we do it?
Okay, well, let's just talk about toxic people. And the source of this information came from a lovely woman who is the author of Toxic People, How to Decontaminate Your Workplace, Your Life Without Weapons or Duct Tape. And, and Marsha Petrie-Sue has done a great job. Now, one of the things that she talks about is taking personal responsibility.
Okay.
In other words, you know, we all have those energy vampires that just, you know, the Debbie Downers, and we start running around the corner.
Right.
But she said there's a number of ways to decontaminate.
Well, first, can we identify what a toxic person is? I mean, who is it? We talked about putting you down. We talked about the negatives.
Actually,
how do we know
I'll tell you how she said it, because when I interviewed her for Women's Wisdom Network and iLearning Global, she said they fall into 6 categories, and she has some kind of catchy phrases. The first one is the steamroller. You know, that's basically, yeah, the steamroller.
Okay.
The second one is the zipper lip, you know, the little martyr thing going on. Third one's backstabbers.
Oh, yeah.
You find those in a lot of workplaces. Then we've got the needy weenie. You know, the, gee, I want to help me, I'm so helpless.
Okay, calls you like 18 times a day.
18 times a day, yeah, I used to, like a bad rash. Yeah.
I think we know those people.
We've got a couple called the know-it-all.
Oh, boy.
And, you know, you're never right, and everything.
They always have a better idea.
And her favorite is the wine and cheeser.
The wine and cheeser.
Mostly the whiners.
Okay, got you covered
But
there.
she just wanted us to remember it. And there are 3 that you know, that she really talks about being the most primary. But the idea is there are those people that have learned behaviors that have some payoff. And so she says, what's their payoff? Recognize what it is, and then have a solution. And so, for instance, on the backstabber, you know, they act like they're really helpful sometimes, especially in a workplace, or sometimes even within a family.
Right.
And they try to play everybody against everybody, and the threat is, you know, you better be nice to me because I'm going to take care of you if you don't.
Okay.
And so one of the ways to decontaminate that is to never be accusatory in front, because they like that confrontation.
Because it makes you look bad.
Makes
you
you look bad.
like you're
And they'll go,
oversensitive, or
See?
She's
So-
wacky.
So in a situation like that, Terri, do I take charge, or do I let that other person continue to take charge?
She has remedies. We talk about remedies with toxic people, and it kind of depends on, you know, which segment you're talking about. In the case of a backstabber, you make sure that you've qualified everything in front of people. So I would say, so Mary Beth, I know you're not happy with that meeting plan agenda, so let's, you're the expert, let's just talk about how we can fix that.
In front of everyone else.
So
then I can't go around and say, Al, I can't pretend to be Alex Terri.
Now I think the worst one, I mean, and I don't know if you have, and I have a sister like that.
look at her eyes.
You're really calling her out
there,
Terri.
Well, they're on the web right now.
I will tell you, well, she knows this. I call her the, well, she married a guy named Wayne. We finally got her married, and no one would marry her. And she married a guy named Wayne. We called him the Wayner and the Whiner, because just everything, you just know that she's going to suck the energy right out of you. Because there's nothing's right.
Can that also, though, Terri, when a person is like that, whether a backstabber or what have you, can it rub off on other people as well?
Absolutely. And that's what she talks about decontaminating. If you know that there's going to be a toxic situation, how do you deal with it? When I call my sister, I usually try to do it as I'm entering a bad cellular area, so that there's going to be only a limited amount of time.
I can't hear you. I think I'm losing you here.
Bye. No, but seriously, you can handle it by diffusing it, or setting a boundary. And that's what she talks about when she talks about personal responsibility.
It's up to you to say.
When Kathy calls me and starts with
oh, now
all
we've
the
thrown
problems.
the name out there. Because Terri has like 18 sisters, so up until then, there was a question.
I like how subtle Terri is with these names.
So Kathy, your sister.
I would say, you know, as soon as she called, you know, and they'll just go on and on and on, and you try to be nice, but you really at some point have to go, stop, I want to stab myself. so you have to say, you know, I just don't see it that way. And talk to me if you've got something good. So you're setting a boundary without going, because you can't do that. That just feeds their pessimism.
I can't handle this. love you,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Yeah.
You said also that she suggests with a toxic person, you first have to identify their payoff. Give us an example.
payoff,
what
for
they get
instance.
out of it. If you know what they get out of acting like that, then
Well,
you can diffuse it.
Good idea. The know-it-all is going to come on like a, or the steamroller is going
Right.
to come on like a,
Right.
like a bully,
Right.
and then you just have to like not accept that. You know that there's a fear factor because you think, oh my God, this guy's going to explode.
Okay.
Right.
And what you do is you just feed it back.
You might
just-
go, you are right.
Yeah. You might say, well, you're obviously quite certain that you're correct here. Or the steamroller just wants the attention because they don't want anybody to bug them. So their payoff is, if I bite you, you're not going to come too close to me.
So we should be able to
Interesting.
at least try to diffuse the situation not only in the workplace but also at home with family.
Exactly. You're going to have people that are that mentality where that's how they get their attention. Their payoff is, it may not be positive attention, it could be negative attention. The little kids will do that. They'll whine and cry until we give them some kind of
Thank you. Bad attention is better than none.
Yeah.
Gosh, with 6 different types of toxic people, is there anyone who's Alex?
No,
Alex
no.
is. as
So
close as
many,
it comes.
so many different personalities out there. Terri, always good to see you.
And we'll find that interview on womenswisdomnetwork.com.
Yes, you will, and toxic people.
Excellent.
Right.
Tell your
Toxic
sister we said
people.
hello.
And Wayne.
They're
Since
divorced.
now, I was going to say he's running for the hills.
You know he is. We're going to take a short break. We do have much more ahead on Live at 9.
I got a question for you. How can socks help children in Memphis? Well,
Like
we're about
these?
to show you, just like those. Well, not quite like
Not
those.
like these.
A little bit better, but
Much better.
we'll be back.